The second. Literally the second I did it, it flashed green. I should know by now that it's going to do that, regardless of what I want it to do, but it always throws me off. The second I start stream, it does it. It's fine until I start, usually. Oh, well. Oh, well. What can I do? Boop. We are live. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let's just get some things posted to Discord. All right. That's what I like to see. And then I need to come over here. And I need to do some of this. Boop. All right. I think we're ready. So, catch you guys up to speed here a little bit. We have been working on the Forever World for the primary portion of my year here. I'm gonna start doing some other side projects soon. I know, like, the Forever World will probably get stale for some of us after a while. I could play on it forever, I'm pretty sure. I am enjoying it thoroughly. Just being able to take my time on the build and actually make it look good. I'm enjoying being able to play in Diamond Gear still, even though this is like my 17th stream on the world, and I've got 6 episodes and a 7th on the way. You know, I've been really enjoying this. So, this has been a good series so far, but I do also want to throw in some other things, because I know it'll make some people sick and tired of the Forever World. So we're going to try to do some other things in the near future. I'll kind of let you guys in on that once I know more. Hello, Nathan. Congrats on grabbing first. Thank you for spending your taxes, Jams. Appreciate you popping in to keep the streak. Hope you're doing well. We'll see you on Sunday. All right, so what are we doing today? The age-old question, I guess. The answer, if I can fly around here a little bit. We need a FOV swap here. I need to see if there's like a hotkey that you could press that just jumps your FOV in. Not like the zoom, but one that kind of locks it based on when you just press it. It'd be really, really nice. Anyway, this is what we've got so far. I'll turn off shaders so you can see everything with ease. So we've started in this area, we built it all up. We're working down here a lot more nowadays. And this is where we're going to be building our first base in the area. And so we still need to do the grounding underneath it, but I'll probably do that off stream. What I'm kind of thinking we're going to do is actually in this mountain range back here, we need to build an entrance up into here. We need to cut out a whole bunch of trees. We need to do a little bit of terraforming. I was kind of thinking, and I don't know if I'm going to do it yet, but we could kind of make like a volcano here. And if we did, that would really help with the forge that I'm wanting to do. Because I was trying to think about it. How in the world are they going to, you know, heat up the material that they're working with here? And the only thing I could think of is at this altitude, you would need something that's already superheated, probably from the earth. And so I was like, well, we could do lava. Well, where do you get lava? Volcanoes. So I'm kind of debating maybe possibly building a volcano, which would be a little crazy to do this early in the series, I feel like. But we've done crazier things in different worlds, so, you know, I'd like a second stab at building a volcano, honestly. It could be a small one, too. It doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be, like, King SMP Season 3 or anything like that. So that's, like, on the cards as a possibility, eventually building a volcano up there. But today, our main thing is just getting a pathway up there and clearing out trees. Jaden, welcome on in. Rift, hello. Hope you're both doing well. What are we doing today? Yapping, more yapping, fishing, and probably more fishing. There will definitely be some fishing today as well, yes. We need to get another mending book at some point soon. Because all of my gear is starting to wear down, and I'm starting to get a little antsy about that. I think my next pickaxe is going to be a fortune pick. That way we can go ahead and just fortune all of our diamond ore. Because we've got a decent amount of it. I'll go down and show you guys. I don't know if I necessarily need to make that one mending, because I don't know how often we're going to actually use that pick. With the addition of the stonecutter making all of your smooth stone and deep slate into any other crafted stones, it works out pretty good that I won't need to use a fortune pick for very much of this world. I'll just use it on... I'll take all of my resources that I mined and use it over here. And so I can save a mending book for a little bit right now. But as you can see, I've got 15 deep slate diamond ore here. With Fortune 3, that could go a long, long way. So, you know, we've got some options there. What I do want to do... We need to move all this out at some point, but I'm going to wait until actually we do down here, I think. And I've got to actually come up with a new gradient that goes from, I guess, probably this material here, tough, down to deep slate, if I had to guess, because, you know, that's kind of how we've gone so far, is deep slate. It's kind of your, or tough is your middle block, and we've still got a long way to go down, so I want to make sure I do it right. I don't know. We'll see. King, I need help. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? This is very important. 21. Hello, Snacks. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for submitting your taxes. It's good to see you. Approximately 700 pounds. That sounds like a much more realistic answer than whatever I said. And we'll just go throw that in there. All right. We don't have a ton of health left on this axe. I think we'll probably end up breaking it, which is what it is. Hey, King, have you been screened for lung cancer recently? No. No, I haven't. Why do you ask? Why am I on this account? That's a good question. Hello, Swifty. Welcome on in. 21 thinks this will benefit science or something. No problem. I got you, dude. A woodchuck could chuck, throw slash move approximately 700 pounds of wood if a woodchuck actually could chuck wood. This figure is based on calculation by wildlife technician Richard Thomas, who measured a typical woodchuck burrow and estimated the weight of the dirt moved. That is insane. I've not been screened for lung cancer, no. There is a history of it in your family. You should go get it checked out. What? This is news to me. This is actually news to me. Good to know. Okay. I mean, maybe I will go get it checked at some point. I need to. I got a lot of tests I need to have run, but the doctors just don't want to do it, I think. They hate me for some reason. They don't want my money. Let's do that. I've got efficiency 4. I think I've got a couple of Depth Strider 3 books, so I feel comfortable enough taking that one. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing any other better books here. Okay. And then in here we have Unbreaking 3, right? Real men do not play Minecraft. I don't know what you're on about real men not playing Minecraft. Some of the coolest men I know play Minecraft. Let's see. Fortune, efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. Am I missing anything other than mending? I don't believe so. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over here. Hey King, have you considered becoming a chemist teacher recently? I mean, you know, I could go live in New Mexico while we're at it, you know. It is a good possibility. Is this some copy and paste from Google AI results or something? Yeah, Google knows everything. That's fair. I play Minecraft. King isn't real. King is generated by Sora AI. This is all, like, brand new to me. What is going on? According to Discord, you're female for playing Minecraft? Probably. It definitely thinks so. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be cheaper to add these books together and then put it on there. Okay, now we can fortune all of our materials. What I want to do is go find the Silk Touch material as well. Speaking of brand new, did you hear they're building a new World Trade Center? Like the Twin Towers? Like they're building those again? Like, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate the sentiment, but those were, like, kind of ugly. Probably, I'm KingRegNog now, video coming soon. Oh yeah, it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. One of these days, I actually do owe a friend of mine, I need to practice a decent woman impression, because I told them I would practice it, and I never really did. I practiced one night trying to get it in, but I just couldn't get the tone locked in, because it hurt my Adam's apple. But I need to practice again and try to get it perfect, because they asked me to, and I said I promised I would. Okay, so we got 15 here. I don't know how much is gonna come out of it. Let's find out. Also, I should probably put this in my offhand. Oh man, that's beautiful. 31 diamonds. Heck yeah. 35. 35 was pretty darn close. I know we're gonna need another axe, but I'll hold off on it for a minute. This is the part of the game where I really suck at inventory management, because I have 2 pickaxes, I've got, you know, I'll have eventually 2 hoes, I'll have, you know, probably several tools that I just really don't need to use, but it takes up like half your inventory space, and it kind of sucks. I wish we had like a bag of some sort, and that would really go far here, would be some sort of tool bag. Like, something separate to the bundle. The bundle is great. I like its current implementation. I would almost like to see a tool belt of some sort, though. Maybe that's kind of like the trade-off. It shows visibly the items that you have in your tool belt, so for people who are PvPers, you know, you may not want to show that you are carrying 2 different maces, a spear, a bow, 12 crossbows. You know, you'd want to show very basic items, if anything. That could be an interesting idea. There's at least a trade-off there. Most players wouldn't care about that trade-off, though, so I don't know if Mojang would do it, but it would clean up your inventory so much, because you've got shears, you've got flint and steels, you've got water buckets, fishing rods, and so on and so forth. It's an inventory nightmare, with all the tools and weapons that they have. I think we need a quiver for the bow, because of all the potion arrows as well. I really wish they would add it and get around to it, but I can't. I doubt they're ever gonna actually add the quiver, to be honest, which makes me sad. One of my favorite features that got removed from the game. Technically removed. It was never fully implemented in a full version of the game, but it was very much implemented at one point in time in like one snapshot, I think. It was in the game at one point, because I know there's screenshots of Dinnerbone using it or something like that. Saying that, I'm probably the only one here who was alive back then. Probably. I wasn't alive for it. But I did learn about it in a great amount of detail. Yes, Rift, I did watch the stuff you sent last week. That was some good stuff. I can hear you so much better. It's a lot easier to differentiate between the two now, which is good. Reminds me of when I heard the Titanic Explorer submarine. Oh, jeez, yeah. 35 close. 35 Stream Street. Awesome. Heck yeah. Larynx controls everything. Is annoying. Oh yeah, it is. Diamond Anvil. Oh, you're talking about diamonds, right? 31 Anvil mentality. Crazy. Hey, Nikita, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's home from work we go. Hey Riff, how are you, Nikita? OMG, is that the reg of the king of the Nogs? It is I. Hello, Water Ghost, welcome on in. 35 diamonds on 57 streak. Don't disrespect me. 31. I'm sorry. I know I should have known better. 58 now. That is insane. Absolutely crazy. Okay, where do I want the entrance to be here? I'm thinking we're gonna have to peel back this hillside here because I'm thinking we'll do stairs here. And those will come up. Just to get an idea of how high they come up. I mean, you'll have that. Doot, doot. Doot, doo. Doop. Oh man, this is actually like really kind of steep to get up. Okay. So it needs to come up one more full block, I guess. And then I gotta give it about a 6-block clearance is the other thing. Gonna go, just want to drop by. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Go enjoy the rest of your day, Water Ghost. And we'll catch you another time. Appreciate ya. I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. Doing okay, Heart Thou. I will say line from you to take, which was done before the Faint and Castle of Glass. Used most of my juice left. With that take, were you able to hear me better in that one too? Yes, yes. Even still with you being more tired and all that, I could hear you much better than prior takes. Let's see. So it goes doo-doo. Alright, I gotta take care of this guy. By the way, King, did you see the chicken puppy die in the Minecraft Live announcement trailer? I don't think I did, no. No, I didn't. What? How did I miss that? Kind of crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be right here, I believe. Which means we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I believe we gotta peel it back to here. Which means we may need to build a secondary retaining wall. It just depends on a couple of factors. To test those factors, let's just let's go back here to where it's at and just dig sideways and see where it pulls us out of. Geez, spoilers. I think streaks need to be longer than 5 minutes to claim. So many people hop in just for the streaks. That's fair. I don't know. I'm halfsies on that because there are some streamers who like stream every single day, and for people to be here every single day for longer than 5 minutes would be a little tricky, especially if they do like a random morning stream or something. But I also get it for people who like, you know, for people who are here all the time, you also want something just for yourself to some degree, where it's kind of like, yeah, this is a loyalty badge of sorts. it's a way to show that I'm around. And, you know, it kind of sucks that just about anybody could technically do it. Now, not everybody does. That is the thing. Not everybody does actually do the loyalty streaks or whatever it is. Some people just kind of forego it. I've selected like 3 streamers that I actually participate in my watch streak on, and the rest of them I kind of just let it cancel because it's not worth it to me to wait the 5 minutes of watching a VOD, even though it's like very quick. I'd much rather just quickly turn on the streak on a couple of people. It takes 15 minutes out of my day, but most of them I don't even miss a stream on, you know. For example, like Elfie, I've only ever missed a couple of his streams, so I just quickly pop on and do the VOD for 5 minutes if I have to. But I usually don't miss one of his. Same thing with Kit. I don't think I've ever missed one of her streams while it's been live. I've missed parts of it because I was live at the same time or whatever. But I very rarely ever miss an entire stream. There are some people that I have watch streaks in that I've accidentally gotten, but I'm not trying to maintain them, it just sort of happens. And I'm okay with that. I'm not like purposely trying to chase it though. Hello, Muhammad Marie. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired, but I'm hanging in there. I can't complain too much. You know, life is pretty okay. A chick jumps in lava and a puppy jumps off a cliff. That's unfortunate. What the heck? I think my voice is getting stronger, not 100% sure. Need to test it with when its pressure and my resonance comes back. Yeah, at least 60 to 70%. That's fair. That's fair. I definitely could hear it a lot better, so for what it's worth, I think it is coming back stronger, which is good. I didn't know you were streaming. Yep, I started stream about 20 minutes ago. James, don't be like that. I want to know something. Are you Christian or a Muslim? I am Christian. Hello, Nikita. Thanks for your taxes. I appreciate it. I want my loyalty Cheez-Its. The only stream I've been keeping is my IRL friends streams. That's fair. What's that? Somebody said something. I wanted to eat it. There we go. All right, what are we doing? Right, digging. So I think my next, I'm trying to figure out what my next video is gonna be. Both in the Forever World, but also outside of the Forever World. I'm trying to do some other videos to try to help bring in more eyes for the Forever World to pick up some more traction. But I'm kind of struggling to get it all together because there are so many ideas I'd like to do. And you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to make sure I'm not digging too far. There we go. There's so many ideas I want to do. Some of them I don't feel like I can do well. And some of them I feel like are probably just not even really worth pursuing. But I want to try a couple of them. And I want to try to revitalize some of my older videos as well. You know, I have a few that I've worked on, and, you know, they didn't really do much. Like, for example, the Copper Golem speedrun video. It's not, like, the most entertaining piece of content I've ever made. But I thought it was going to do a little more than what it did. So I want to try to mess with that a little bit and see if I can revitalize it in some way. I want to see, what am I doing here? So that would be slab number 1. Let me grab some slabs really quick, just so I can be sure, because I'm getting confused. What do I got? Not much. Okay, let's take like half of those. That'll be enough to get it sketched out. I want to do something to kind of make some variation on this pathway. It may just end up being like when it's close to grass, it's mossy stone brick, and in some areas where it might be a little more traveled, it'll be cracked stone brick. I don't know. But I'm trying to get an idea of what might go better there. I'm just thinking out loud right now. Okay, yeah, no, that's correct, because this is considered, I think, is this correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not. Okay. So do I want to push this back 2? And then we could do like another thing right here. Or do I want to push it back 2 that way? I think we're gonna push it back this way a little bit more. Do it the right way. The question is, how much terraforming am I gonna have to do here now because of this? And I don't know is the answer. We're already having dropped frames, which is not a reassuring sign, but it's fine. So I think one thing we could do is we could just do some basic cliffs. I do those all the time. It'll be pretty easy to do. I'm just trying to figure some things out here. Because those could go around, and then you could do... Okay, so what I'm kind of imagining, so you guys get a better brain picture here. So we're cutting out all of this right here. That'll allow us to extend this retaining wall inward a little bit, so I add some more sectioning. It doesn't just expand infinitely. I'm gonna also have to cut this way a little bit, I think. Maybe do a tunnel or something. And I'd kind of like to extend the wall out this way as well. Probably, I mean, we could do it clear on out to here, but I just don't foresee there being a reason to go that far. I'm kind of thinking maybe we extend it out. Well, we could, because then what you could do is you could do some cave entrances over here of some sort, and make those like mine entrances so that there would be a reason why they're digging in this area. I don't know. I gotta think a little bit more about the lore I'm doing here for the build. And so what I'm thinking right now, right here, I've done cliffs like this a number of times, so I'll go ahead and just kind of mention it. I basically just kind of, I'll probably cut it back a couple more blocks, but then it'll kind of go up and in and then out and have a slight overhang. It'll give me some time to experiment with my terraforming, kind of make it a little bit better than what it has been in the past. Because my terraforming style isn't... I wouldn't say it's awful, but I feel like it needs to be refined a little bit more before it's considered good. So we'll be messing around with texture variations, we'll be trying a couple new techniques maybe, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Boop. Hello, Coral. Welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Ba-ba-bum. I have considered possibly sometime in the near future, maybe picking up a moderator or two. It's not something I usually consider, but we have actually been picking up pace a little bit, and the YouTube side probably needs it more than anything, just on the rare occasion that there are people in there. Twitch is usually just fine, though. Twitch, the only thing that would be nice is the polls and predictions. Because I always forget to mess with them. So I'm debating possibly opening up applications or something like that. I have to decide still. But it's something I'm toying around with at the very least. Coincidence that you turn up just as we finish talking about you. I know, it's actually crazy. I feel like you have like a sixth sense. I don't know what's with that. Reg, what did you think of the Unexpected Castle of Glass? Spoilers, a lot of fun songs in store feature. I love Castle of Glass, one of my favorite songs by them. So it was a very pleasant surprise. Wow, there's something in my throat. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. It's still kind of in there, but I don't know. I'll mess with it when I'm not on camera. It's in there. Okay. We need to like properly get a storage system going soon, I think, because we are full of dirt and stone and all those things, and this little shack no longer holds all of it. I mean, we're gonna do some stuff down there anyway. I gotta decide where I want the storage room to be, though. I was kind of thinking maybe even possibly putting it underneath this area right here, because I was thinking of making it a shipping depot anyway, so that all the exports could be taken out of here. Like, I imagine the people of this town, they probably make different types of stones. You know, they're very much into mining culture. So stones, ores, gems, things of that nature. That's kind of what I imagine these people selling and exporting out of here. But we could easily put a nice storage system underneath it, because, I mean, there's a lot of room. You could go clear on back from about here over to about here, and it would fit just fine without interrupting any other potential builds. So I'm very much considering putting my storage system down there. And I'd like to actually do a proper storage system, so I was kind of thinking of doing it with, what do you call them? Copper golems. I think that would be really nice to have. But I'm also kind of content not messing with them yet. I haven't decided. Just gonna go with a low-level enchant here. There we go. Something about a devil and its tail. Why does every job need a driver's license? I can't even apply to tree surgery without one. What the heck? Exactly like, why do I need a high school education and a driver's license to be a brain surgeon? I mean, I guess they just want to know that you could get yourself to work if it came down to it. But, I mean, especially where you're at, it's common enough that people could walk to work or bike to work. I don't get it. Here, they actually don't require, for a lot of the jobs, they don't require that you have a driver's license. The assumption is that you will be able to get there if you apply for the job. So they just automatically assume either you have one or you have a good enough ride. That's interesting, though. We'll be flying to work soon once we get flying cars. That's true. And we do have versions of the flying car working, which is absolutely insane. I mean, we've had them for years, really, but they're becoming cheaper and cheaper to the point where, like, it's actually possible that we'll have them, like, soon, which is kind of crazy. Let's see. Funny thing about the session I never mentioned was immediately post my outer muscles and especially my back neck area was sore and worn out, as if I had just headbanged, and it was just purely from singing 31 songs. You say 31 like that's a small amount. That is a big number of songs, and with only 3 10 to 15-minute breaks for 3 hours straight, with roughly the same caliber as the line from You Cake, but better, of course. That is insane. That is a lot of songs to sing in one go. I've only done a couple of performances. My limit was probably 15 songs. I don't really recall counting the amount, but I did a good amount of them, and it killed. It killed me. Over here, if I go, say, 25 miles, I would pass through 3 or 4 towns and would be in a city. That is insane to me. You very well would be in the same exact town that you were already in if you went 25 miles in one direction here. And forget about going to a whole new city. You would probably be in the middle of nowhere, if not in a town. Let's do that. Okay. I can't reach up there. That's a little high. Let's go this way. Okay. My voice would be non-existent after that one. I know, same. They are helicopters. Yeah, the flying cars definitely are more helicopter-like than a proper flying car. But it's just one step closer to possibly having the real thing. I'm excited for the future. I know a lot of people are scared of it. The thing about it is change is coming one way or another. And we gotta choose how we're gonna respond to that change. And that's the only choice you have in the matter. You can't stop change from coming. You can't force it to just stop. So how are you going to respond to the change? That's what you can control. And I think change isn't as scary as we make it out to be a lot of the times. You know, I think a lot of us kind of jump into an apocalyptic mode where it's like, oh my goodness, everything I know and love is not the same as it was. It's like, that's mildly terrifying, but also at the same time, maybe the way it was isn't better than what it could be. And I think, I think in general, humans probably need to get better at embracing that kind of change. That doesn't automatically mean the new way is always better either. I just want to go ahead and make that a clear note as well. Sometimes there's reasons we've always done things one way, but it doesn't automatically mean that's right, and it doesn't automatically mean it's wrong. UK is tiny and I'm in Northern Ireland. That's like super tiny. Oh man, yeah. That's awesome though. Northern Ireland is pretty cool. I wanna go out to the UK at some point and visit a few of the countries. There's a lot of places I would like to go visit. It's all on the list. A very, very big list, but I gotta wait until I'm rich enough and or popular enough that I can just turn it into a travel vlog and write it off on my taxes. Either of those work out pretty fine with me. 25 miles for you and you're at the local store. Yeah, I mean, for me in specific, it's about 25 miles in order to get to my nearest Walmart. Like, I am out in the middle of nowhere. You can come visit me, Reg? Heck yeah. I heard one step closer, my brain cell engagement happened so quick from pure instinct. And I'm about to break. Great song. One step closer to the edge. I'm about to break. We making a base? Pretty much, yeah. We're at the point where the base that I am building currently is... Actually, it's not like coming to a close, but it's definitely a lot closer to that than it was to just me starting it. I foresee it probably taking... I think it'll probably be about the beginning of summer that we'll be starting our next base, if I had to guess. Because here, what we've got right now, it's almost done, really. We need to put on some entrances to the places here. We need to do a couple of living areas, so I just gotta determine how many people live here. I need to build the interior to the Great Hall and some of the side rooms. And then the library. And we'll build... I'm trying to think what else. The treasury, the armory. I'm kind of thinking we may save the armory, though, for the other town that I want to build. I want to save some special things for other places. So I'm thinking here we'll do a lot of my storage system and such. And those will be over in here. And to prevent lag, we'll kind of move a lot of my other entities over there. So all my armor stands for the armory will go that way. Because we're going to have, like, so many. I want to try to get one type of armor. One type of armor set of every type of armor. So, including leather and all of its colors, all of the armor trims and every single variety of that. I would love to try to catch everything there. When I say finish this area as well, I don't mean, like, properly be done with it. There's a couple of extensions I'd kind of like to do, but I'm debating on whether or not I will. For example, I'd really like to make an underground lake, but I also don't know how that would work for this build right now that I'm at, because it's, that would require a lot of digging, and I don't have a beacon yet, and I really don't intend on getting a beacon anytime soon. I know I'm going to the Nether at some point in the near future, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm also kind of waiting until I finish the build. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me just wants to finish this before we even go to the Nether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think right here is technically where that hard wall would be, if I was gonna have one. My local cinema is hiring. That's my monthly motivation to, as Hornet says, get good, put to good use. That's fair. Local cinema hiring. That would be a cool place to work, is a cinema. I gotta look and see if the good one near me is hiring and how much they pay. Because I like movies. That could be fun. I know you don't watch a ton of movies when you work there, but you can kind of also sort of do it to a certain degree. If your manager is cool enough and there's nothing else for you to do, there's no reason why you can't just stand there and kind of watch for a little bit, you know? I'm just saying. It would be sick. Okay, what am I doing? We gotta decide some things here. So, I could just go fishing and run away from decisions, or I could actually decide. I think we're gonna actually decide. I don't want to do another retaining wall. I think... Although where I'm at with it, the retaining wall might work better. Oh, hi? Oh, hi! Hi, Pink. How's it going? It's good to see you. Do I want another retaining wall? I really don't, because then I have to figure out what in the world I'm texturing with. But I don't really want to mess with trying to blend in my own terraforming style into this mountainside, because you got it way up here, and you got it way down here, and I gotta figure out how to build that up into like a cliffside, I guess. I guess I would probably smooth out this spot right here and kind of plateau it a little bit, just put some trees on it, so that you wouldn't notice. I can probably do something here. Let's go in there. Cliff could work. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking a cliff because I've already done this and I don't want to have to figure out how in the world I'm going to do a gradient beyond this because I'm already scraping the bottom of the barrel. What we've got right here is going to be another staircase going up here, so we may already have to do that to some degree, but I'm going to try my best not to. And then we just got to go through here at some point, which is going to have a lot more structure to it. So yeah, let's try to plan something out here. I've got dirt. This is a good block for me to mess around with. So from there down to here, but also, so it kind of starts right there. Okay. So I would say it would go up 3, maybe? Just for now. It would have to go in a little bit. Maybe only in by 2. Up that much. Like that. Okay. And then it would go... there. Okay. And then... possibly... okay. Hang on. Possibly. Something sort of like that, maybe? It's a slice, just to get an idea of what that cliffside might look like. It's gonna have to still be made out of stone. And it will kind of cover it over with some dirt. But that solves that side of things. The problem that I'm going to run into is this side of things as well is going to have a wall, probably. Which I could probably get away with one wall. It's putting in 2 long walls that I'd be worried about. I don't know. Let me think on that while I read your guys' chats. Reg doesn't want more walls. I can't believe it. I know. I'm sad. I'm a terrible human being. Get the job, and then I take popcorn and just hide in projector room. I've seen the employees doing it before, or in the door to the seats. Plus I'm pretty sure the cinema's manager is still the same guy's manager of the McDonald's next door, so maybe I could get the McDonald's employee discount out of it. Dude, that would be sick. That would be awesome. What do you think of the set list I sang? The 3 that I heard was pretty darn good. You've got some good taste in Linkin Park songs. I mean, it's hard to have a bad Linkin Park song, but the ones you picked were absolute bangers. Lying From You is one of my favorites anyway, so you picked well. He's a good guy. He even lets you bring McDonald's food into the cinema because he manages them both. So you can pick up a burger and fries to eat before the popcorn. It's great. That is awesome. What the heck? What was the behind the scenes process of recording the day in the life video? That was like a year ago. I don't really remember, to be entirely honest with you. There's a lot of things I cut. That day did not work out at all. In fact, I think it just showed how distracted I could get. I had so many things planned, and I ended up cleaning for most of the day. And that felt weird, because that's not a normal day in my life. So part of me wants to redo it, but to do the day in the life video took me, like, probably about 5 days worth of work. Just because I had the first day where I just recorded everything. And then I had the second and third day where I just put the clips together and decided what was going to be in the video. And then the fourth and fifth day were spent trimming down the video to its final length and putting in the funny bits. And it took a lot longer than it was probably worth. I don't know if I would do it again, to be entirely honest. Like, it was a good idea. I think there's better uses of my time, though. I sent a paragraph in the short set list in short a while ago. I will have to look at that. My bad. How come there's a wall at the end of the stairs? And is there a reason it doesn't just continue around? You know, that's a good question. Because technically what we could do is just have it go up this way and then back up that way again. Because otherwise, like, also another thing, we could technically take out this wall. Other than the fact that I do have it sticking out a little bit. That was 7 months ago. I remember it being like 2. Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was back in July of last year, I believe. That was a crazy one. That short bit of wall is what I meant. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Other than just the fact that I have stairs here and it would kind of look weird. I don't know. Part of me thought about making this extend up as well, but I didn't like how that was gonna look. Over here, technically, though, you could have it go up. And technically as well, you could remove this, flatten this out a little bit, and then have it go up a little further, which might make it easier to do the cliffs as well. Because how far in would you have to kick it? Well, you'd have to do it by 6 more, I think. Or is that 5? That's 5. You have to do it by 5 more, so it would go from being here to right about here. Which has a little bit of an easier space there. What would it look like up here, though? Cutting off that much. Not terrible. Then you just have to worry about this side here, which, like I said, will probably already end up being one of these walls. I don't have wings. I jumped off that fully expecting to glide down. I don't know what's wrong with me. I haven't had wings in forever. Last time I had them was like December 28th, maybe. I think it's the last time I played Twitch SMP. I mean, I guess I had them over the weekend for the event, but that was it. Like, I have not used wings in forever. I had wings on SPK, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even really use them then, though. I mean, like, I had them for a small period of time, but that's wild that I need to be careful of that. I need to be careful of that. That will kill me one day. Set list. Saying most hunting party, living things, one more light. Only a couple valid minutes to midnight. And I warmed up with what I've done. New divide. Numb, breaking habit, bleeded out, given up, paint, and QWERTY. That is insane. That is a big set list. Like, that is... Oh my gosh. Like, I'm surprised that your vocal cords aren't shredded after doing that, to be entirely honest. I want to do something here, but I don't know what. So, let's take a short break from that side of things and look at this side. Up here, I haven't quite decided what's going up here entirely. I kind of think we'll do a mine entrance on one of these faces. And that will kind of help a little bit, because we'll do one on this side, and then I think we could do another wall that kind of extends this way. And we could do a mine entrance on the far side and on the other side here, the near side. And that would kind of give you a little bit of variance. Kind of makes the build look a little bit bigger as well. Even though most of it's actually going to be underground, or a lot of it will be, probably half of it. Let's take a break from this. Let's go up top and cut some trees. Well, I think. Dude, nice wings, thanks. My voice is slowly coming back, but body is taking a huge hit since I sang with my body and supporting muscles. Oof. I mean, that's the way I would say would probably be I don't know if it's the right way, technically, but that's the way I tend to do it, just because you get a lot more emotion into it. What happened with the camera? I think it's just getting old, and it's starting to die on me, but I really don't know. I haven't had a chance to have it tested with another program yet. I need to just see if one of my friends will FaceTime me or something through Discord, and then we'll get an idea of if it's still happening. Try hitting it might fix it. It might. The amount of times I've kicked and hit things and it's actually fixed it, it's crazy. Should we try hitting it, chat? What do you guys think? Been doing this for a while and I just haven't noticed, or does it come and go? It's been happening for a while, but it does come and go. So for the last probably couple of months, really, It's been happening, but it's so intermittent that if you're not here when it is happening, you probably wouldn't have known. I need to empty my inventory. They don't make technology as hittable as they used to. That's true. It's sad. Pretty sure it's just possessed. That's possible. That's very possible. I'm kind of waiting to just see if it'll die. I won't lie. That would be really terrible. But we'd know at least, right? I actually need a storage room. This is getting bad. Reasonable conclusion. Reasonable even. Seeing what the body means you have to have a strong build whenever you sing, and also protect your cords from damage. So in the end, it does actually matter and keep your cords healthy. Also, singing with body allows me to sing, so singing feels like speaking most of the time. I see. There's 5 more minutes left. Guys, let's enjoy the last 5 minutes. You guys get to see me. It'll be over very soon. I don't know what we'll do yet. I've debated getting a PNG made really quick, just in case. It's not something I particularly saw myself doing. I don't know. I have to think about it a little bit. I may just forego any sort of entity on screen, and we just go with plain camera, you know, or plain gameplay. Sorry. I don't want to promise anything until I know how much time I have. We're at that point in the year for me where the time crunch is already happening, and I don't know why it's happening so soon. Like, usually it's kind of like the summer fall time where I'm like really stressed and I have so much work to do and catch up on. But I may have scheduled just a little too much or something. I don't know. But I feel like I'm on the crunch right now, and it's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I'm behind on this thing. I don't know how to react to that necessarily. Not yet. My builder in Clash has 5 more minutes. Oh, my bad. My bad. Gotcha. I'm following. Where the camera does, I don't know. There has 2 minutes left before it explodes. It's gonna be really epic, at least. Somebody make sure you clip it, okay? If my camera explodes, I want that to go viral. Not that you guys would see it explode, you just, like, hear it, I guess. It'll be epic, but we won't see it, no. I'll take a picture, you know, it'll be great. You have to describe it. I'll describe it like it's closed captioned, you know. Camera explodes into 100 million little pieces. Shards of the lens are currently embedded in my head. And there's this weird substance that is kind of leaking out of it. Probably cancer causing. Poor camera. Poor camera. I think that little of it, to be honest. It's sad because I don't even think they make these cameras anymore. The Logitech C920 cameras were so nice. But I don't recall them making anymore. Like, they have the C920 model, but it's not the same model, and it's not the same price point. And it's so sad. This is where he invests in a second camera to record in the back just to capture that moment. Yeah, it'll be right behind you guys. Okay. How far back do we want this to go? So I'm kind of thinking the build will start maybe about here on this line. I don't know. Maybe a little more in. I don't know. But it'll go to about here. So we need to go to this point. I'll know where that's at. Is that this way? I think. Yeah. This way. Right here. Okay. They still make the C920S, but I don't know if they are any good anymore. Okay, I see. That's the one I've got then. So I'll have to look into it. Admiral, thank you for spending your taxes. Pink, thank you for spending your taxes. Builders assigned. W. It's actually on 44% discount on UK Amazon at least. Let me take a look-see. Because if there was ever a time to buy one, that would be it. I gotta re-download the Amazon app. It always uninstalls whenever I update my phone. And, I wish it wouldn't. Because I always need it right after I update my phone. It's the most important app. I mean, I'm glad it does, because the notifications, dude, it knows full well what I want. And then I start scrolling on there, and I'm like, ooh, I could buy this, I could buy that. And when my willpower is weak, it's not the greatest thing. C920F. Seeing some variations of it. That's the C920X, which is actually a pretty good price right now. It's $60. That's not terrible. C920S. What do we got here? Customers usually keep this item. Cool. What's the price? Why did I have to tell it to show me the price? Why? What? Okay. It's $64. Why? Why is it more to buy the S than it is the X? Are they the same webcam? Now that I'm looking at it, they're both full HD 1080p 30 FPS. I'm confused. Okay. I'll look into this later. Maybe they rebranded it or something. I don't know. I'm a little confused. Hello, Owen. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Why not use the website? I could have done that. That would have made more sense. That would have made a lot more sense. Given I am sitting right here at a computer. I missed so many of those hits. Oh my goodness. I have no excuse for that. That was trash on my behalf. Mine has no idea what I want. I bought that Samsung TV remote because I needed it, not because I collect TV remotes. Oh my gosh, yeah. Felt that. Felt that. It does recommend an unhealthy amount of phone chargers to me. I bought like a 10-pack of cables just because people have a habit of walking off with mine. And I also need the various sizes. So I have one that's really big. And then I have 2, 3, maybe 4 of the medium size, like I think 6-foot ones, and then a couple more of the small 3-foot ones. It works pretty nice. Let me tell you, I enjoy the 10-foot cables though. They don't last a super long amount of time, but you never know when you might need one. It's so nice to have them. I didn't mean to do that. Ow. I should probably sleep. That would probably be a good idea. Yeah, let's go do that really fast. I know literally nothing about webcams. That's fair. It's not my favorite area of expertise, because to be honest, if you're gonna buy a camera, if you could afford it, a webcam ain't it. Like, you could just... There are so many better things you could buy than a webcam for video purposes, but price is usually the issue on that. And that's where I struggle with it, is because I look at it and I go, you know, I could buy a better camera and this piece and that piece, and it would last infinitely longer than my current webcam. And it would look so much better, and we could use it for so many more things. But I don't have like $1,000 just laying around to buy a really nice camera. I know some people who have bought crazy good cameras just for streaming, and I don't know what possessed them to do that. But, well, and the weird thing is they don't even stream. Not yet, anyway. Like, they still haven't streamed. They just talked about it, and so they bought the camera with the intent to stream one day. And when I say it's a nice camera, like, I mean this one in specific was like a Sony, like, $2,000 kind of camera. I don't get it. I mean, if I had the money laying around, I guess, sure. Fine. I get it. But, like, stream first to make sure you even like it, please. I can't use the app if I'm on the app. I am on my mother's account, so I have Amazon Prime Video on my phone. And if I log into my Amazon on the app, it logs me out of my Prime. That is one of the most annoying things of all time. What the heck? That's so fair. Your phone to record the camera, so you have a camera recording it as it loads. That's a good idea. We're gonna do that. With Logitech, the X generally is something software or like a fix of the original. I guess that would make sense then, why there's no S anymore. Or why I can't find it, at least. Not at a good price, anyway. I have similar with my phone charger. Got bored of unplugging my one to take to college, so I just bought another 6-foot one. They're so nice to have. So nice. I have 2 that I kind of just leave here for the most part. I've got one on my desk right now. I've got the big one back there. But then anytime I leave town, I take the other big one that I have and when I get home, I don't have to dig through my bag and find my phone charger. I do that tomorrow. That's a tomorrow me issue. Hello, Jake. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. There are much more important things to upgrade or worry about. Audio quality and smoothness of the game itself is much more important. Absolutely. If I were to recommend one thing to anybody to upgrade, like just without even looking at their stream, 100% it's going to be audio. And then right behind that, like you said, gameplay, smooth performance. So make sure your internet is hardlined and you have Ethernet. Make sure you have smooth frame rate. Make sure that I mean, ideally you're streaming at 60 FPS, but if you can't do that, then do 30. The vast majority of people, their stream quality would, or their streams in general would just be boosted in quality if they would spend time optimizing their OBS a little bit. I'm not going to pretend my OBS is the most optimized in the world, but I have spent a decent amount of time on it, and it's really helped. Now, you might notice the audio crackle. That's a whole other set of issues, and none of the companies responsible that could fix it want to take responsibility. So, I just kind of got screwed on that one. But, you know, you live and you learn, and I'll just buy a different audio interface next time. I do like my Focusrite. It's just, it's got some definite issues with it, and I think it has to, I can't tell if it has to do with the software side of things, or if it has to do with the hardware, but I know a lot of people have issues with Focusrites. The mic, on the other hand, is usually fine, but I don't have another interface to check it with. So I'm just trusting that the AT2020 ain't failing me now. Exactly the amount of times I've had to go downstairs just to grab my charger from my bag. Oh. I would never, dude. I could never. I'm too lazy for that. Sometimes I'm guilty of just letting my phone die and sleeping before waking up at some point the next day to go charge my phone. I would rather just not have my phone than go downstairs a lot of nights. Although we've got phone chargers all over the house now. My dad has like one down there that he's always plugged into, so he's always fully charged. And then anyone that needs it, he just hands them the cord. Because he has one of those apps that tells everybody's battery charge. And so once he hears the phone ding, he's like, oh, it's you, isn't it? I'm like, yep, it's me. So he just hands me the cable. So I don't even have to leave my cables down there anymore. But I think we got one down there. We've got one in the kitchen. We've got, what else do we got? We got two in the car. One in the other car. One in the truck. And then I've got two plugged into my room. And then all my other family members have whatever they have plugged in their room. Like, I've got chargers everywhere. It's nice. It's so nice. Buying tech stuff is all about learning mistakes, taking the odd gamble. That's true. That is so true. What am I doing? We need to dig or break trees, whatever. Hello, Emmy. Welcome on in. Red Fishies. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. Emmy, thank you for submitting your taxes. My Focusrite doesn't work mix well with my mic, not strong enough. Also, some internal hardware doesn't mesh well in general with decoding of audio. That's fair. That might be the same issue that I'm experiencing. I've Googled it so many times, and I've tried to fix it. Nobody seems to have a solution, because I've done, like, all the things that people tell you to do, where it's like, you down mix it, or you, turn it down to DVD quality, and a certain hertz range, and refresh rate, and all those other things, and it doesn't... I've never had it work. I've just never been able to figure it out. It only works in some... It only does it in some programs, too. OBS being one of them. Which doesn't make a ton of sense. Because it hasn't always been like that in OBS, but more recently especially, it's been doing it. Can I also get banned? Sure, why not? Pretty much everyone has a spare charger in my house now. That's good. That's really good. Reg, I'm not sure if you find it interesting, but I made a folder compiled in my progression in highlighted form. Show you the different versions of me over the last month. Starting. I'll check that out. I will have to check that out. Did you send it to me? If so, I'll look. I just got done with work. I hurt so bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully work wasn't too bad. I knew you were itching to get back to it. So hopefully they made it as easy as they could for you. But that post, nothing quite compares to like the first couple of shifts back. I remember when I worked at Walmart, my first week there, really the first month there, was miserable. Because it was all standing. And I was stuck, like, for, 6 hours straight standing. They didn't have any floor mats for us, so it was just concrete and your shoes. I didn't know it, but my feet are kind of, like, flat-footed, sort of. Hi. Oh, what was it? Right, I'm sort of flat-footed, so I had to buy, like, insoles for that. And even then, I still really didn't have a good month until, like, at a certain point, it was just kind of like, you realize that's your life now. That sucked. That really sucked. Now I know so much more about my body that I realize maybe that might not be entirely normal. But at the same time, I can empathize a little bit. Greg, did you know they don't give chairs to people at a kiosk? It doesn't exactly surprise me. It infuriates me, though. Genuinely. There are so many places where you should be able to sit, and they really don't want you to, because it supposedly impacts your productivity, or it stops you from helping more effectively, and or it makes you look lazy, and it's like, come on. I'm working at Walmart right now. I'm a fast food worker running a register or whatever, like, a chair would not kill anybody. But they do. Like Emmy said there, you have to get a doctor's note, you got to get ADA compliancy, and sometimes it's about the certain types of chairs and all that sorts of stuff. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. It sends it. Need to update it with recent 31 song event. Also, funny thing about that, mostly did that session because I promised a friend I'd sing with a fresher voice and did it on call while helping stay focused on getting homework done. That's awesome. I wish I could help people focus, but I tend to distract people. And then they also distract me, so neither of us get any work done. And it ends up just being us playing, like, Minecraft by the end of the night. But I always offer people, I'm like, hey, do you wanna hang out sometime? And it's like, no, we should not hang out. Hanging out is like the worst idea you could make there. I have a note from my doctor in my return to work form saying I need to sit for at least 20 minutes per hour, which hasn't happened. Sitting, that is insane. Apparently my team leads both have fibromyalgia too, which it says a blessing or a curse. You'd think they would understand it then, like, regardless of whether or not they believe you need it, they would at least understand, like, hey, I have this, I would also like a chair, let's get this sorted out and push it through. That's crazy to me. America's Wild Dude, you had to buy insoles to try and improve your suffering at work. They would have provided better footwear for you here. Yeah, the only things they provide for us is well, they didn't really do a full work uniform. What they did for us was they provided the vest. And some people got, free shirts. I got one of the free shirts, but it was because I took on a special job. I believe the title was officially called the Health Ambassador. They gave it to some 16-year-old kid. And all it was you took off your vest, you put on this shirt, it had a nice little pocket, and it was just a plain black shirt, and you clipped on your name tag on it so that people knew you worked there. It was to set you apart. The worst part was, though, people knew who you were, so they could just avoid you. But I had to stand out there in the middle of the Midwest, the American Midwest, and tell people, hey, could you put on a mask? It's store policy. I have to ask you to put on a mask. Like, I was the scum of the earth in that town, dude. It was... That town did not like me. I was just doing my job, man. Like, whatever your stance is on it, I don't care. But don't take it out on, like, employees who are just getting paid to do what they have to do, you know? That's all I say. Never mind, I don't want the shirt if it comes with that job. I didn't really mind the job too much. It was when they put Phyllis out there with me. Oh my goodness, Phyllis was the worst. Okay, you guys don't understand. Phyllis was a special character, and I gotta pause in order to talk about Phyllis. Phyllis was this old lady. She had worked there for like 20 years, okay? Everybody knew her. She knew everybody. If she didn't know you, then you were probably new. And, she was mean. Oh my goodness. And then her and Pam. Pam made her own mask, okay? It did nothing. She just did it for the compliancy side of things because Walmart wasn't going to tell her that she couldn't wear it. But it was just like a lace kind of thing. Like, you could see her mouth through it kind of thing. I was like, what's even the point at this point? So you had her and Phyllis. Phyllis would make everybody wear the mask, which was not store policy. We could not make you wear the mask. But there was an exception to that rule. It was anyone under the age of 8, I believe, was not required to wear a mask. The way she took that was, you could not wear a mask if you were under the age of 8. So a kid walked up and asked her for a mask, and I gave it to the kid because you can wear it if you want it. I'm not going to tell a kid no. Phyllis walks up and takes it away, physically takes the mask away and says, you can't have it. Makes the kid cry. There's a whole scene in front of me. Karen, my manager, walks over and is like, what's going on? And I'm like, Phyllis happened. And she's like, I understand. Go work the register. Just don't come back here. I'll deal with this. Phyllis didn't even get a slap on the wrist. I don't know what ended up happening. Like, Phyllis should have been fired, in all honesty, several times. I don't know how she never got even written up. I think the managers were scared of Phyllis, to be entirely honest. I don't know what kind of pull she had in that town. But she was mean. She ruined every single trainee that I ever worked with. Like, I got trusted to train so many people. Including, like, I got trusted to train this, like, 40-year-old guy who had been just trying to get a job somewhere. And so I got trusted to train him. I got trusted to train brand new people just entering the workforce. Anybody that went to work under Phyllis did not turn out good. They always turned out bad. They were like my least favorite people there. They never lasted either. The people that didn't work with Phyllis at all and worked only with me, they stayed. In fact, they replaced me when I left. They were still working there. When I came back a couple of months later to retrieve a couple of items that we left, they were still working there. They still remembered me. Phyllis ruined them. Phyllis ruined them. Hello, Cheek. Welcome on in, and hello, Cheek's girlfriend. How are you doing? I hope you're both doing well. Hello, hello. How's life? Never mind. I don't want the shirt if it comes with that job. I think they've done away with the position now, but they do have, like, they have this new job that's very similar, and it's kind of like a security job, but it's not really. Basically, your job is to stand there, and if their cart looks like it's over $200, it is law that you have to actually check the receipt. So they stand there, and they're the annoying people that say, "Can I look at your receipt?" Because they're it sounds like they're insinuating that that you're stealing stuff, but they're supposed to actually check asset protection. Thank you, Cheek. Yes, it's Walmart. I can't see what you just typed there. It is literally nothing. There it goes. Okay. Strong arms. I don't know why I couldn't see that for the longest time. It took forever to show. You joined during storm time. Yeah. Asset protection was what it was, though. That kind of replaced Health Ambassador to some degree, because Health Ambassador's job was also to count. So we were required by law to count the people coming in, because we were supposed to be operating on reduced capacity. What that meant in my town was let people come in. If it ever reaches, on the off chance that it reaches a high number, assume you missed some people coming out and just press the minus button about 50 times. That store made me do a lot of crazy things that probably should have been recorded, but I was a 16-year-old. What was I gonna do? I didn't know. There was one time we almost called not OSHA. It was a different workers force. They had I don't know if I'm technically supposed to talk about this, but they don't know who I am, and I don't think it's technically illegal to talk about. I didn't take anything. I didn't sign anything saying I wouldn't talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it. Pink, have a good rest of your night. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you, dude. asset protection stationed right outside my work for the longest time, and they would look at me weird. Why would they look at you weird? What the heck? Twitch is iffy for some emotes. That's true. That's very, very true. So this one time I almost had to call them because there were these girls who worked at my store. And I can go back to playing the game now. They were, you know, teenagers, probably like 16, 17 years old. And one of them's like really upset about something, and I come over, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Who said something? You know, what down here? I guess one of the back-end managers got really mad at one of them for not unloading the truck when it wasn't her job. Like, she was physically incapable of getting up in the truck and lifting those heavy items and such. And, like, she kind of got hurt doing it, but she didn't complain about it yet. And I was like, well, that's not okay. Like, that's not in your job description, first off, and you got injured doing it, and you didn't pass any of the tests to do it, like, and they forced you to try to get up in that truck. Like, that's not okay. And I was like, you know, like, I would consider just at least complaining to the HR about it. And if they won't do anything, then you escalate it. I'm like, but, like, that's not cool. I don't know if that one ever went legal. There was a lot of weird things that happened at my Walmart. One of our employees got caught stealing, and then he came back to work another week later. I don't know what happened there. I think he just got caught stealing, but he actually got escorted out of the store by police. We had... There was a good number of them that really liked me. One of them asked me if they could paint my fingernails. I don't know why they were sitting there next to me. Like, I'm thinking about this now. This is back when I had to count. But there was like 3 of us sitting there. And these girls, they found this nail polish in one of the abandoned carts. And they're like, well, you know, this would have to go in the back and get sent back to the warehouse and all that, you know. So, like, can we just paint your nails? I'm like, no. No, you can't paint my nails. Sorry, Lily. That's not happening today. That happened. More than once, actually. That happened twice. There's once where it was like a blue nail polish, and then there was once where it was a black nail polish. Then we had another case where this one's actually really sweet. When I worked there, there was one manager in specific who really, really liked having me around because I did my job. And she came up when she found out I was quitting, and she's like, I saw that you weren't scheduled. What's wrong? And I'm like, I have to leave. I'm going home, or I'm moving home. You know, I don't have. I can't continue working here. And she's like, well, could you, like, still come in, like, every couple of months, maybe? Like, she really wanted me to stay. And when I finally just told her, like, point blank, I'm not coming back, like, there's a near 0% chance, I think she just about cried, quite honestly. She gave me the biggest hug ever, though. I felt bad for her. She's one of the good ones. She still remembers me. Every once in a while, if I go out and visit and she sees me, she walks up to me and actually remembers my name and asks what's going on and if I'm moving back. that Walmart went downhill after I left, from my understanding. It's gotten progressively worse. But when I went back, they started upgrading things as soon as I left. Like, they had those stupid little baby gates that they put up for the shortest time. They had hand sanitizer stations put up everywhere. I didn't have any of that. The amount of times I could have used hand sanitizer too. I remember one time we found this guy passed out in the bleach aisle. We were following a blood trail throughout the entire store trying to figure out where it was coming from, and eventually we made it to the bleach aisle, and there's this guy passed out in there. He was like a diabetic or something, I think. And he was on blood thinners as well. So when he got a cut, he didn't realize it. He was bleeding everywhere, and he may have gotten into like some sort of diabetic shock while shopping. I don't know the full story, but I remember seeing him and telling my manager, and I'm like, hey, Karen, there's a guy passed out on aisle 24, I think it was, of the grocery side. She's like, oh. Oh, no. So then we had to call 911. Paramedics came in. I escorted them back. I was like, this is where he's at. And they're like, okay. Sorry about this. I'm like, no, don't apologize to me. This is interesting. Can anyone play a mini game with me in my private server? Games like Guess and Block Manhunt. I make it a rule that I don't get on anybody else's server because I don't want to get my IP out there, and then that unleashes a whole set of issues. But sometimes we do play mini games, and if you'd ever want to pop in on one of those days, you're more than welcome to. One of them had a crush on me. Dang. What's it with Walmart? Is there just love in the air at Walmart? She's like 45. That's crazy. Dang, sounds like Walmart. You didn't let Lily paint your nails. Shaking my head. You just wanted to paint some nails. Platonically. Of course, of course. I understand. I also want to paint nails platonically. A lot of people have yelled at me over not letting that happen. I just really didn't want to give off the wrong impression to some people, you know? Like, if you like painting your nails, that's fine. But that time period, it was not something I was very interested in. Now, with the right girl, maybe I'd let them paint my nails. In fact, I have agreed on several occasions to some people that I would let them do my makeup if the timing were right. I'm cracked. I only use cracked servers. Cracked servers and cracked clients are against the law. I wouldn't go around advertising that you're joining cracked servers and that you're using a cracked Minecraft. That's pretty illegal. Minecraft's like, what, 27 bucks? Like, I know not everybody has $27, but like, go mow a couple of lawns or help a lady shop or something. You can quickly make 27 bucks. I promise you. Wash some windows. See if there's any chores that you could do for your parents that would warrant some pay. Sometimes, like my parents, they don't give me an allowance. They never did. But whenever the car needed cleaned, sometimes they would pay us to do that. They would pay us to go out there and clean out the car, the inside of it, give it a good wipe down, clean out all the cup holders and all the grime inside of it, clean the outside, scrub that too. King, can you paint my toenails? I mean, I usually charge for that, but for you, maybe I would. I'm cracked at the game for real. You are. You actually are, though. King, I would let you paint my nails platonically, and no, I don't paint my nails or get them painted. I don't know if I would trust me to paint nails. But, if you insist, I would do it. I'd like to take a stab at it. It'll be fun. Did you hear someone was selling Minecraft Legacy on Steam? I did hear about that, yes. It's crazy. It's crazy what happened with the Legacy Edition stuff. Like, I don't mind that people are making their own version of the game, essentially. But I think they're blowing it out of proportion. Unless they're gonna get it fully updated to the point where I'm sub. Did it run out, maybe? Let me see. Let me see. It may have lapsed. I don't know, Nathan. I'm sorry. Twitch is bullying you. It very well is. I forgot a Prime sub. Thank you so much for using your Prime on me. I appreciate it, Cheek. Thank you so much. Thank you. It just run out, maybe, perhaps. I hate ads. I do too. I do too. If I didn't have to run them, I wouldn't. Ow. Out of ads now. Hey, you're lucky it's free. Yeah, Prime subs are one of the best things about Twitch. The only way to go ad-free on YouTube is using YouTube Premium. And the only way to go ad-free on the entire platform of Twitch is Twitch Turbo. I feel like Twitch Turbo might be an actually good investment at this point for me. Because 3 subs pays for 1 Turbo subscription. So it's almost worth it if you have a lot of streamers that you watch and you want to get ad-free viewing for all of them. But also at the same time, it's kind of like you don't get the emotes, you don't get, I mean, the streamer themselves don't get the revenue as if you sub, they get the revenue as if you watch the ads. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit. Oh, have you ever watched The Boy in Striped Pajamas? It's so good. The happy coming-of-age movie set in the 40s in Germany. A German boy and a Jewish boy are besties, while one's stuck in a concentration camp. That... You said it's a happy coming-of-age movie. I don't know how that's gonna be a happy movie, but I will watch it. I will watch it. Okay, I'll add it to the list. I'll add it to the list right now. There's a couple of movies on my list that I want to watch. Nathan, thank you so much for choosing me with your Prime. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you. The Boy in Striped Pajamas. Spoop. I remember kind of vaguely hearing about this movie, but I had never watched it. So I'll make sure I get around to that one at some point. I've got a lot of movies. I want to watch Fury, the Brad Pitt movie. I want to watch Yesterday, the movie about the guy that the Beatles. I want to watch there's this movie called Due Date, and it stars Robert Downey Jr. It's like some sort of comedy. I thought that looked interesting. I still want to watch The Social Network. I want to watch Silence. That one has Liam Neeson, Adam Driver, and Andrew Garfield in it. I thought that sounded pretty interesting. What else? Left Behind, starring Nicolas Cage. I kind of want to go through and watch all the Nicolas Cage movies. Sanskar, please don't spam. And then, of course, now we've got The Boy in Striped Pajamas, so we'll be set. I've got so many movies to watch though, and I'm excited to get around to them. Silence is so good. I want to watch Whiplash, but I haven't had time to. Whiplash. I feel like I've heard of that one. Yesterday is so good. Okay. I'll make sure that one gets bumped up the list a little bit then. One way to describe it, yes. W. Nathan, it's happy, isn't it? Just told I look like Smole from the Boy in Pajamas. I have no clue what that means. Loves, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Yes, crying happy tears. Yesterday is so good. Yes. I want to watch Whiplash, but I haven't had time to. Silence is so good. Left hand side of the keyboard, third button up. Oh, caps lock. I'm following. Loves, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I want to watch 100 Years, the movie. You'll never see. It comes out 21/15. Crazy. That's a bummer. I was really looking forward to that one. I watched, there was a couple of movies that I've watched recently, and I haven't really understood the hype behind them. For example, one movie that a lot of people really, really like, The Truman Show. I don't hate it, but I won't lie, the plot was really, really good, okay? The plot was really, like, a good idea. The pacing, it showed its age. It's an old movie. The acting was good, but I felt like the pacing was just not it for me. I felt like it was about 30 minutes longer than it had to be, personally. Every scene probably could have been cut by about 30 seconds and it would have felt good. That being said, I liked the plot. I liked the premise. I wouldn't turn down a remake if they wouldn't ruin it. That's the problem, though. Any remake tends to ruin things. I just feel like they could probably tell it so much better with the technology that we have nowadays. It would go really crazy. Could you imagine a Truman Show set in the... I mean, with the technology right now, set, 100 years from now? Somebody had an idea of doing, like, a Truman Show kind of idea, but with AI sort of deal, where, like, somebody is in a world filled with AIs and they don't know they're human, or a world full of humans, but there's one AI and he doesn't know he's an AI, which is an interesting idea in and of itself. Like you said, The Matrix, yes, it's got a lot of similarities to that. I would be interested to see it, but leaning more towards the Truman Show kind of deal, where it is like TV show. And them slowly realizing the truth, but I don't know what that would look like yet. It's something I would like to try to experiment with and maybe write a plot line for it and just try to sell it, just see what happens. I want to watch, there's a new movie out, what is it? Is it Mercy? It's the new Chris Pratt movie. Yeah, Mercy. I want to watch that, where he's, like, being judged by an AI, and he's got to basically prove that he's innocent. It's a really interesting movie from the little bits I've seen, and I want to watch it, but I just haven't had the time. It's very new, though. It came out this year. Gonna be lurking for a bit. I've got school. All right, sounds good. Loves, appreciate it. Good luck at school. Gonna be over 100 when it comes out. I know. It's scary. I can hear Reg's brain break. It's bad. It's so bad. I'm actually, like, burning alive. It's very, very hot in here right now. The Truman Show is good. I love the Truman Show. Jim Carrey movies are great. They are. They are. I've liked quite a lot of stuff, actually. Have you watched The Ray of Eternal Sunshine? No, I haven't seen that one either. Jim Carrey in a drama is crazy. The Jim Carrey drama is crazy. Like, I know that's not what you're talking about here. I'm not, like, gonna dive too deep down the rabbit hole, but, what's your guys' thoughts on the, Jim Carrey situation? Without the face antics. I would be curious to actually see that. Let me pull up The Ray of Eternal Sunshine. Maybe I'll get around to that one. Boop. Okay. There we go. It's added to the list. I've also been showing my younger brother, Admiral. I've been showing him all of the episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus. He's actually liked it. I was kind of surprised, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised he liked it. I was scared. But, him and I have been going through and watching those. I've been trying to catch him up so that he can watch the final episode when it comes out. Albie! Thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Ooh, that was kind of headache-inducing. Hello, how are you? I saw a theory that Jim Carrey was swapped with Ali. Ooh, I don't know how to say that name. Kamine? And they killed Jim Carrey, which is probably the most insane thing I've heard in all of the 2020s. Carmony? Where does the R come from? I'm confused. Oh no. Be so real. Thought Alvi was already following you. Now you're fine, Alvi. It's all good. It's all good. I don't keep track of it. I'm just happy you're here now. Ah, man. Okay, what am I doing? We've been running around doing nothing for how long? It's hot. Hang on. I gotta take off this hoodie. Just like... Boop. There we go. Now you guys can't see me. Give me a sec. I am burning alive. Oh my gosh. Okay. Boop. Did it explode? Oh, the camera? No. Sadly not. We're still waiting on that. I wonder how many people have, like, scrolled on my stream and, like, it's flashed at just the right rate that maybe it caused some sort of epilepsy. I would feel so bad if that happened. I would feel so bad. Oh, it's time travel. Heck yeah. What are we doing, though? Seriously. Oh, no. Okay. Let's spend some time quickly sleeping. And then we gotta figure out what we're doing with this build. We gotta figure it out, guys. Over here, alright, up this way. We've got this thingy. For that we were doing nothing. We do a lot of nothing. That's kind of the biggest thing that we do. I hadn't seen Jim Carrey in recent media for a while, so seeing him with longer black hair was interesting. That was very interesting. That was different. Okay, what are you on about? The strange thing was just the Botox. That's the weird thing for me. It's very strange. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just compelled by evidence that I've seen that sometimes things look a little strange. That all said, Minecraft. Do I build the cliff, or do I dig in a little bit more and then build the cliff? I'm kind of thinking we build the cliff now and just deal with the consequences. Let it be. Let it be. As the Beatles song says, or said. Still says. It's still around. Okay, ow. I am missing so bad. I'm gonna turn up my sensitivity just a little. So I'm stopping just a hair short. And I don't know what I think I have a different instance that's a little off. We'll go with that. That's a little better. Okay, my question is if he can even still do the Prince face with the Botox. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. I don't foresee him doing any of his funny faces with the Botox. That's what's throwing me off. The consequences sound a lot like a problem for future KingRegNog and not current KingReg. Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of consequences here that I think just don't need to be dealt with. I'm sorry, I'm burning alive still. What is going on? It's not that hot in here, is it? Like, what is my PC running at? 60 Celsius. That's not that bad. Hey Siri, what is 60 Celsius in Fahrenheit? It's under 40 degrees. I guess that's kind of hot. But like that's not hot. I forgot the thing I actually came here for was slabs. Let me go get the slabs. As I understand the whole it's not him because he looked like he was a runner-up for a Jim Carrey lookalike contest. I would buy it. I'm not gonna lie. I would buy it. If everything he said that was just what we always thought was a joke was actually true, and he was actually exposing some secret club, I could 100% see them having replaced him. Especially with the way that he was talking, it was a lot different. It was not the Jim Carrey we have all come to know and love. But at the same time, it's so far-fetched that, like, I don't know if I could say that he's actually been replaced. It's all operating on the if he was actually right. And you do subscribe to there being, like, an Illuminati. Which I'm not saying there isn't. But I'm not quite bold enough to say that there is. If all of what he said was true, though, then I could forgive that. I'm back on Android and I love it. W. I personally don't love Android, but I respect people who do. You know, whatever works, and I'm glad it works for you. Boop. I thought it was confirmed a makeup artist. No, the makeup artist was actually somebody who made an AI-generated photo of all that, and so we still don't know. Apparently, the Jim Carrey PR team is saying that it was still them, but that's exactly what an imposter would tell you. So, you know, it's one of those things, nobody could actually ever confirm it unless you can prove that it's not him by saying, you have to prove that it's not him by finding the other Jim Carrey. That's the ultimate problem you run into. So then you end up in this confirmation, what do you call it? It's, is it like a false confirmation? Something or other? I can't remember the exact term it's used there, but I don't know. It was Kim Jerry. There we go. Now we're talking. There's a specific term I'm looking for, but basically if you set out to try to prove something by it insisting that it is real, then you'll never be wrong kind of deal. Like, for example, trying to say a history book is a history book is lying to you. A history book can never prove itself to actually be real to you because you're gonna have to actually go check its sources and all that. But then you're gonna say, well, what if those sources were made up? What if they made this part up? What if they made up that part? You know, you endlessly trace the trail until it's just like you sound like a crazy guy. You can't ever get this Jim Carrey to prove that he's actually the real Jim Carrey. There's just no way you could actually do it without the burden of proof is on you, basically. Follow the rules of innocent until proven guilty, I guess, which a lot of people have said that they've made enough proof by saying it doesn't look like him, which I can respect that to a degree. I get what they're saying and where they're at with that, but I don't know if I can necessarily agree with it to its fullest extent. And some people would say I'm too scared of sounding like a lunatic for not agreeing with them, but you know, sometimes it's just not justifiable enough for me to say it. There's a lot of other things I would believe, but this one I'm iffy on. I'm very iffy on it. Hello, Jonathan RDM. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Are we building more clips? Yes, we are. Fun fact, you're probably pro-Illuminati. This is because Illuminati was made to prevent conspiracy theory by debunking them and was anti-racism and pro-women's right. What? Wait. The Illuminati was made to prevent conspiracy theories and was made as an anti-racist and pro. Okay, yes. Yes, I would be pro-Illuminati if that were the case. I was like, wait, did you just say I'm not in favor of women's rights? I was confused for a second. My brain's so backwards, guys. I'm sorry. No, I love women. Women are the best. My favorite feature of Android is Face ID and Touch ID. Oh, I won't lie. I use them both, but it's kind of because they kind of shove it down your throat. But I hate submitting it to them because I know they're probably using it for other things. But also at the same time, I'm not going to cover up my camera 24/7. That was like a big thing back in the day, was you'd put like a piece of tape over your camera. But nobody does that on their smartphones. And you ever wonder why? I'm not of the mind usually that people are watching me. Not in the Twitch sense, but more so, you know, like the government spying on me kind of thing. I'm not super worried about that, because I'm like the least interesting person they could spy on. So, you know, if they're watching me, you know, like, hi, thanks for watching, but like watch through Twitch, please. I'd rather get the ad revenue. That looks bad. Cut this back a little bit and cut this in a little bit. Same thing. It just looks crappy. Let's go with that for a little bit. I may figure something else out. As someone with a girlfriend, I don't like women's rights. Psych, I joke, I kid. If I offend, I'm sorry. No, you're fine, dude. What about women's left? Ooh. Am I pro women lefts? I don't know any women who use their left. I'm gonna be honest. I can't think of a single woman who's left-handed. So, I don't know if they need their lefts, to be honest with you guys. But, if a woman told me that she wanted her lefts, then I would say that she deserves her lefts. Because men are allowed to use their lefts. So why not? Dear Mr. Chinese spy and FBI agent, watch King on Twitch. We are friendly. Yeah, please interact with us, please. My life will be so much more interesting if you guys, like, pull the algorithms in my favor. It would be great. The government would watch me, then call me asking for their time back. I think if the government watched me, they'd be really disappointed and understand why I'm not paying them their taxes. It's because I'm broke. Like, at this point, there's no doubt in their minds if they've been watching me. I am broke all the way. Like, there is no money left in the bank. They know that. They're just watching to see if there's any taxes opportunities for them to catch. Like, this is a live audit right here. Don't worry, I know a guy. Oh boy. I know a couple of people in the government. It's always interesting bringing that part up, because some people, like, get really weird about it. I don't know. I don't find it all that strange. Somebody has to work in the government. Like, that's how that works. And I mean, outside of the fact that I guess you don't have to have a government, you could go anarchist, which that's a whole other ordeal that I'm not going to get into. I'm not going to get political today, guys. I do want to just specify that. That's not today's stream topic. But I don't think it's that weird to know people with federal jobs. I think it's actually kind of cool to some degree. But also I think it's just kind of normal. I think communism is the best form of government. Oh my gosh, I shook Obama's hand. Cubs fan. You just said, because I have none to give. My sister, women are less likely to be left-handed. Is that true? Really? Huh. I guess that would make sense why I've not met any. Minecrafters and the government seem to go hand in hand. Unintended. It's wild. But not wrong. Trust me, guys, we should make me the next president. I'm definitely old enough to be the next president. I'm gonna run on a platform all of them have run like the last couple of years. I'm gonna make you guys super wealthy. I'm gonna cut your taxes, and USA. See, I could be a good president, guys. And then what I'm actually gonna do, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to raise your taxes. And then I'm going to make you guys sound incredibly stupid and represent you poorly. This sounds like a good idea, right? I think it does. This just doesn't look right. I don't know what I did. I'll figure it out. That's what all presidents say. It never happens. Spicy, thank you so much for not subscribing. Becoming a channel member. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. Honestly, if done right, yes. That's the trick about communism. It's great in theory. Practice, on the other hand, that's always the problem. And it makes me sad. Humans are just greedy. They're greedy little sleaze bags, okay? I meant every word I said there, too. I haven't really decided what I'm doing here, but I'm doing something. Trust. You're not gonna be red or blue party, you'll be the purple party for Twitch. Exactly. We're gonna run on some serious things for only content creators. But not for the content creators who operate on the platform that has only in its name. We're not gonna talk about that platform. We ignore that one. Only waffles, that's the one, yeah. That does not look good. How do we do this? That is ugly. Oh my goodness. What happened to me? I lost all my building skills. This is bad. Okay. I'll think about it for a minute. Just... Belgium will send a peace offering basket of chocolates, waffles, and beer. That sounds lovely to me. I don't drink beer, but I appreciate that. That would make me happy, though. As a leader, like, genuinely, send me chocolate and waffles and we'll be best friends, okay? People get addicted to meth. King gets addicted to building cliffs. I do. Cool Colts fan, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Nathan with 204.58 hours of watch time. Coral with 309.17. Amy with 89.75. You guys are insane. That is absolutely insane. What the heck? Wild. Those guys are gonna be a pain in my butt. Let's see. I'm gonna cut this part back, I think. Good, I will leave for just a second. Thought I'd say hi. Well, hello, Cool Colts. It's good to see you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you popping in. There we go. I'm catching you. Izzy, I'll catch you in 6 months. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night, King. Good night, chat. Good night, Snacks. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. No, I need to resub, but I'm on my phone. My watch time's gonna go up too. I'm lock in. Hey, you're all right, Coral. You got this. I believe in you. I don't drink either, but I can't call a Belgian gift basket without beer. I can always give them to the other actual important people. That's true. That's true. That's fair. That is fair. I respect that. Panda, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. King, do another 20-hour stream. We're gonna do a 12-hour stream at some point. I was actually gonna do it... When is St. Patrick's Day? That was kind of when I was thinking of possibly doing it next. But I don't think that's gonna happen. May 17th? March 17th, sorry. So next week. Yeah, I don't know. That might happen. I don't know, there's a lot of things going on in my family, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it or not, but that's kind of like the next opportunity, I feel like. I'm just trying to find days that people would actually maybe have off. That one, sometimes people get off, and have your family be a part of the stream. The family things that might be going on there, I don't know. It just depends on how things progress for them. That's the thing. Otherwise, maybe. It could very well just end up being a hospital visit stream. Like, that's... That just depends on a lot of factors. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. 12-hour hospital stream. What? You guys didn't know. It's so good. Hospital stream. We need an Admiral collab. Admiral may pop in for a stream. Who knows? Sing songs together. I'm not singing anywhere near my family. They don't get to hear my voice. It's just not happening. Everyone likes songs. That's true. They do. Or just stream a black screen as you sleep. That would work. I slept 12 hours last week. Or no. 2 days ago. I slept for 12 hours 2 days ago. I was exhausted. I don't know how it happened, but it just hit me. It was terrible. Admiral face reveal. Now we need to see his motionless body. This is how you guys are gonna find this out. I move in my sleep, like a lot. So when I read that, I took that as you watching me, like, my dead corpse. I was, like, really concerned for a second. I didn't know you guys were killing me. Leon, welcome on in on the YouTube stream. Hello, hope you're doing well. I move a ton in my sleep. Like, my legs move so much. Oh my goodness. I wake up exhausted feeling like I ran a marathon. It's because, like, in my sleep I did. I still need to watch that video. No, that's fair. It's not a good video. I don't know if I'd recommend anybody watch it. Admiral and I both agree it was kind of a trash interview. But I can't stop you guys. It's out there. I will let you guys watch it if you want. This is better. I think it needs a little bit more shape, though. So what we could do is we could kind of do this sort of thing. We could do some stuff with, like, we need to see Reg biking uphill on his stream. Oh my gosh. Did you recommend it by sharing it? That's a good point. Yeah, I did. That's not wrong. I think we could do some stuff with, like, stairs and slabs as well. That will kind of help things. A little bit of this. Just trying to get it so that it's not like an abrupt cutoff kind of thing. What are you working on right now, by the way? We're trying to kind of build like a cliffside, but it's not going super hot. This is a little better though. We'll do some sort of gradient as well, I think. And then we'll go through, we'll do the stairs and slabs and see how it comes out. Let's also go ahead and do the top side, get the grass in. I think that would help. Maybe. I don't know. How involved have you been with Gus? Him and I haven't talked really anytime recently. I comment on some of his shorts occasionally, especially when he just mentions me. But, you know, him and I don't really talk as much as we used to. I don't know what he's up to these days. I'm like, hey, what's gonna happen to the flat green space? I haven't quite decided. I might turn this all into stone instead and do something with it. I've been also kind of thinking just leaving it dirt though. And we're gonna build like a mine entrance in the side of this. And so, because this area is kind of gonna be more dwarven. It's starting to get there, but it's gonna take a little bit more work, I think. So my plan right now is have a mine entrance over here. I just haven't decided if I want that to stay stone brick or if I want to make it dirt and just have it be like a standard type, typical entrance, you know? Reg and Gus IRL 20-hour stream. Oh my gosh. That would be fun. Gus is a cool guy. He really is. I'd like to try to talk to you in a walk call. It could happen. I haven't really kept an eye on his server, like, too closely. Well, that's a lie. I've kept an eye on it. I read it anytime there's a new message in there. Just because I like to keep tabs on things. But I don't, like, actively participate over there. I don't really do anything. I hardly get to spend enough time in my own community. I wanna do like a game night with you guys, I think. Even if it's not on stream. I'd like to do some sort of activity. I haven't decided what that might be yet. But I do know I want to do something. Okay, what we got here? So we need to kind of make like an overhang a little bit. So I may have to at you. Maybe. I might see it, I might not. It just depends on if I'm recording at that moment. Oh. I just got paid. Let's go. What we got? Nice. Not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, they changed my screens. Okay. This just looks bad. I don't know if it's because of this being so abrupt or what. King has employment now? No, this was investments. So dividends coming in. I get paid through YouTube though. YouTube and YouTube and Twitch is all I get. I really want employment. I've been chasing it. They just don't want me, and it makes me mad. It makes me sad more so. Probably the abrupt shift. Wow, that was almost the slip up of a century trying to that. Wow. Textured stuff looks good, otherwise, yeah. Let's go ahead and take out all the stone on the ground here and flip it into dirt. That way it's got some color change to it. It doesn't shift. And then let's figure out what we're doing with that wall there. Well, the thing is, if we're gonna make this side also have a retaining wall, I need to kind of decide what that's gonna look like, because I was kind of imagining this side would go that way, and because of how big this wall is, I was kind of thinking maybe making a retaining wall, maybe. and then maybe do a tunnel, so that way you could go through it and then out, and then be out that way that you could go. That could look good. This could even become a cliff even instead of another thing. I don't know. Please insert cash or select payment type. They got rid of that in my Walmart. They did? What the heck? This cliff is going to have an overhang. I'd recommend making a tree line on top. Oh, yeah. I definitely agree with that. I'm kind of thinking... I mean, we'll do a little bit more because it's very flat here. As you can see, I need to kind of curve it out. And then it needs to kind of come over a little bit. Let me look at, like... we'll go whip. Whip, terraform. Cliff. I want to see some of his cliffs here, just to kind of get an idea of what it might look like. So he does do a dirt overhang, kind of caking on there a little bit. His cliffs look almost entirely different to mine. It's just a different style almost. But I think that's what we're gonna try anyway, because it looks good. That's about the best I can see there anyway. So what we can do for this is up here. Well, first fill this in. Pull Mumbo and base it off of an IRL image. Get a whole book of different cliff faces. That's true. I do sometimes actually pull up real life reference photos, but with this specific build, I'm a little... I don't have enough time to analyze real life patterns yet. If it weren't for the fact that I was streaming, I probably would. So all of this right here. Let's come out and become... some of that, and we need some cobblestone. Is that deep in his caves? I guess I am, man. It's super deep. There we go. We'll take some of that. We'll do some of this into some of that. Take this into there. Okay. Alright, sounds good, Spicy. Build looking good? Thank you. I appreciate it, loves. I only brought one stack of cobblestone. I don't know what was going through my mind, but it clearly wasn't good enough. That's okay. I guess this would become one of those. And then we didn't get slabs, so we need a stone slab and then cobblestone slabs. Okay. Oh, wait. This. You and you. And then you. Okay. I just want to make sure I get everything done while I can. What time is it? It's 10? Ooh. Okay. It's fine. We're chill. We're okay. We just won't be live for a lot longer. Oh, I'm holding my torches. I was like, where's my torches? Okay. I didn't fill in that dirt. What am I doing? Uh-oh. It lagged. Wow. Alright. That was strange. I almost forgot day 9 of reminding Reg to watch Avatar The Last Airbender all the way through. I know. One day. Trust. Admiral, are you here? I'm sorry, this is random, kind of. Can I snooze the ads really quick before they actually go through? I don't want ads. Snooze. Okay. We've got an extra 50. So... Hey, Siri, set a timer for 7 minutes. Okay. Admiral, are you here? It's okay if he's not. I just need to see what the plan is for tonight. Hello, Roland. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello. 30k till VIP. Nice. I need to do the math calculations on it and see, what price it needs to be bumped up to soon. So I know we're getting kind of close to needing to bump the price. I also know there's a chance that I could just remove a bunch of old VIPs as well. I have to go for like 15 minutes, don't end while I'm gone. I'll try. I will try. I just also will end before the ads though, so we'll see. I left all my other stuff up in the other house. Oh no, I have competition. It's okay. You got this, Nikita. I believe in you. I also believe in you though, Pando. One of you are gonna do it. I think I only actually need one for now. We'll kind of refine the cliff a little bit later, I think. Probably off stream or after. We'll do it another stream even. Right now it's kind of a little blocky looking. I'm not sure I would really like how blocky it is. Wait, only one of us? Well, I mean, maybe both. I hope both. I know at least one of you will do it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That sort of works, and I'm kind of imagining this will kind of be... There'll be like a cave, maybe even right here. You really want me gone? You said you were going. But we could do a cave here. There would be like some mud and some like dark gunk just coming out of it from the cave. There'll be a nice path coming around. It'll come over to this side. Then there will be a staircase that cuts in and goes up. No, I had to resub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. Fine, bye. I checked who you were saying goodbye to. It's funny. This is a little weird, but I don't hate it. Let's try to get the top side at least kind of less roughed out and more finalized, I guess. So kind of going like this sort of thing. Okay, and then we just kind of gotta cake some dirt on underneath here, so it's kind of like how would that look? No. There's a lot of refining that's going on here. Trust, guys, trust. Although those are just absolute repeats of each other. I don't know. I know this is a later thing, but maybe some moss or something on the overhang. Oh yeah, absolutely. Moss would look good. I may have to look up some more examples of this and see what other people do. It's been so long since I've actually had to deal with it. I kind of like the dirt, actually. It wasn't bad. I just felt like it didn't look the way I wanted it to. I'm having trouble verbalizing that enough to make it make sense. But I like the thicker dirt. It doesn't need to stay right on top of the stone. We just gotta figure that part out. Okay. Well, then what can we do at this current point, then? Oh, Lady E, welcome on in. How's it going, Raiders? Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all doing good. How is your stream, Lady E? If I'm not mistaken, this is your return stream, getting back into the swing of things. How was that? How was Stream Raiders? Hope you're all doing well. We're just playing my Minecraft Forever world here, so it's a world that does not reset, ever. And we are just trying to figure out this cliff face here. So it's all about just kind of placing and breaking and then placing again and hoping we get something that looks right. But it's been taking a little bit of time. This is a tricky one for me. This is definitely my return. Awesome. Well, that's great. It's good to have you back on Twitch. Hopefully the return was good. Appreciate you thinking of me with the raid. And if you need to do any of the post-stream things, like Nathan said there, please feel free to do so. Eat, sleep, drink, walk the woofer, whatever you gotta do. We'll be around. I'm kind of thinking, thinking is kind of bad. Walk the meower. You can walk a cat. I guess we have had this discussion a couple of times now. You can technically go walk a cat. It's a little strange where I'm at, where I live, but you can. I think we'll go up here. I haven't quite decided how high it's gonna go yet, so I gotta be careful of it. This kind of like retaining wall sort of thing. I'll be heading out soon. I'm gonna be heading to bed as I have a full-time job as well, Monday through Friday. Oof. Alrighty, sounds good. Get some good rest. Thank you for the raid again, and we'll catch you another time. Good luck with work tomorrow. Good luck. Oh, man. Some cats do like that kind of thing. That's true. Some do. You're not wrong. Only posh people put cats on leads. Very good. Just playing some Mordor while I got back into things. Oh, dude, Mordor is one of my favorites. Wild panda. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. A little bit of a headache. Most definitely work is great. I work in a retirement facility of sorts. Now doing hair. That is cool. That is actually a really cool job. That is awesome. Oh. I never thought about that being something that, you know, that's definitely a needed thing too. 3, 4, 5. Go here. What's that? Alright, we need more cobblestone, we need more wood. And we're good, I think. Be cute. Could be cute. I had a bunny on a lead. It is so much fun. You really don't know what is gonna happen with my little old ladies. There are quite a few feisty ladies that'll give you attitude. Oh, I bet. If the ladies at church have taught me anything, there's a little bit of attitude that can go around, and you never know what they're gonna say. Oh my goodness. In the best way possible, you have no clue what they're gonna say. Let's see, we need some cobblestone. And we need some spruce log. Go. I have one that comes twice a week, and she tells me I love you every day, and then told me Friday I was fat, and Monday turns around and says you're so pretty. That's whiplash. Oh my goodness. Like really sweet, and then suddenly like, bad day kind of deal, and then back to being sweet. It's terrifying how many dementia-ridden Karens so far. Oh boy. It's legit an emotional roller coaster, I bet. Just when you think you're getting good with them, then they're grumpy and you're doing nothing right. As far as we lose our people too, yeah. I imagine that part probably is the worst. By far. That's kind of a hard thing with anything in healthcare, I feel like, is when you do lose people, because, you know, I consider that to be part of healthcare, honestly, is, assisted living. You know, that, and of course, like I said, other healthcare fields as well. You know, it's just, you're not prepared for that. Like, you know, it's part of the job, but it's not something you're, like, anticipating, you know? It's the part of the job that you do not look forward to. I wouldn't change it for anything, though. Both Saru and I work together now, though, so that's fun, too. We get to have our lunch together. That's awesome. That's really good. I know... I don't know how I'm gonna do it, guys. Like, finally find somebody that I really, really love. And I'm not gonna be able to see them all the time. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know how other people do that. I know it's just something you probably get used to, because it's the reality of the world we live in, but that sucks. I think we'll go up to there, I think. I don't know. Oh. What? Oh. Maybe she hadn't gotten her biscuit yet. Tends to sleep most of the day. She also gives attitude if you don't answer. Say I love you, and then if you don't respond right away, because I said I love you with full attitude. Oh. She just wants you to know, and she wants you to say it back. If you don't, I do not pity the person. I know I might actually pity the person who doesn't say it back. Because there's a good chance they may not wake up another day. I don't know. Man. Oh, I'm out of the stuff. Ads, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. We'll make sure to go at least another 30 minutes anyway. Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. Unless I just finish everything I need to do before then. That should get us to the end of the stream. So we need to decide how deep in we're going. I'm kind of thinking this bit here. We'll have to go out. We're gonna have to go pretty far, honestly. This part right here, I'm kind of imagining we'll go right about here and then go in. Coral said don't end, so I guess she'll be happy. I guess so. I guess so. You know, Coral tends to get what she wants. It just happens. Those are the people that end up making the best stories. It's true. Oh man, I'm thinking of all the old people I've been able to work with in my time, and it's interesting. It's interesting to think about. It's been a long time, but I remember one year, we took cookies up to the local VA. And we handed them out to all the people there, and they were some of the sweetest people. But man, did you have a couple that you could not get them to crack even the slightest smile. And I was like, you know, I I didn't need you to smile for me. I just wanted you to smile for yourself, man. I just wanted to make you happy. Can you please say in loud, I don't hear? What? You can't hear me. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry. I can't just turn myself up even more. That's not how that works. I would encourage you to turn up your phone or whatever device you're using and ensure that I'm turned up on YouTube as well. Oops. Oh man, that scared me. That scared me. Okay. They're all so sweet and loving. I love that I get to help them feel good, and I feel like they look good. It's the best part of my job. Anyway, I'm headed to bed. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome stream. Thank you very much, Lady E. It's good to have you back around, and I hope you have a good rest of your night. We'll catch you again later. Have a good sleep. Women get what they want. It's not wrong, to some degree. Let's make it like a little smiley face. I'm gonna ultimately cut a hole in this wall, so why not, you know? Put like an eye right there, and an eye right there. And then, like I said, that's gonna get cut out. It's probably gonna be like 3 wide anyway, so it'll be fine. I'm kind of scared here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how big this is gonna get. Do we have extra dirt? We don't. I'm gonna say we can fill in that bit. Let's go ahead and take it from here, and just every like 6 or so spruce logs will, or every 6 blocks or so we'll place a spruce log. So there's how much in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys like counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, how are we looking here? It needs to be about that high. That puts it pretty darn close. Same thing here. So I think that might be where we stop it, I think, for now. I'm back. Hey back, I'm Nathan. That's crazy. But, fair play. So far, my plan to sleep early. I'm sorry. We need to, like, start standardizing our stream time, probably. I want to do better about that. We'll get around to it eventually, probably. Right? Pick up. Change the game like Roblox. If you came to my stream to change it, good luck. I'm gonna play what I want to play, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And if you don't like that, then you're welcome to find another stream. Oop. Was that rude, chat? That may have been a little bit rude. I mean, it was rude, but I also just don't like it when people come in and tell me what to do. Like, why did you click on a Minecraft stream if you didn't want to watch Minecraft? I don't get that, I guess. You know, that's always an enigma to me. Okay, we need to sleep. Why not? Don't worry, extra stream time is always nice. Yeah, better. I'm glad I can provide the entertainment for y'all. Even if it does keep you up past your bedtime. What time is it? 30, okay. I'm not gonna do this entire retaining wall, I don't think, but I'll at least try to get the stone laid out, because it'll save me a little bit of time later. It'll give me a good starting point for my next recording session, probably. Your stream, you're allowed to react to people being mean. Okay, I'm glad. Thanks. I try not to be too mean to people on YouTube, because I know they're probably children. But at the same time, I don't... Who's letting their child on YouTube and letting them just act that way? I shouldn't take it out on the child, but at the same time, maybe the child will cry about it to their mom, and then their mom will go, yeah, no, you shouldn't demand things out of internet strangers, right? Yeah, I learned eventually. Exactly, Daddy Pickle. I love your names. That is actual beauty. That is awesome. I definitely agree, though. We'll go boop. And boop. I really should make another axe so that I can cut down some of these trees, but it's whatever. Boop, boop. And then, how far did we go? We got here? Yes, we did. Though maybe it was a kid with bingo cards saying make someone switch games and they click you because you look friendly enough to not get mad. Maybe. They picked wrong. No, it's possible. It's definitely possible. There are some people out there who do that. There are also some people out there who believe they are the main character and think that anything they say should happen. And that's, like, wild to me. Unlikely, yeah. Oh well. It's the internet, what am I gonna do about it? They probably are sitting there going, man, this guy's so mean, he won't play Roblox. And then they're probably also sitting there going, you know, it's the internet, what am I gonna do about it? Probably not. But maybe, who knows? We could be doing the same exact thing. Yes, lots of main characters on Twitch. Oh boy. Don't we know it? I need to start from the other side, I think. Do I have... I don't have more of the thingies, so I'm gonna be careful about this. I definitely don't have enough logs to finish the build. Not on me, anyway. I might have enough at the house, though, which would be good. Oops. Boop, boop, boop. I'm just trying to think. After stream, if Admiral wants to, I'm gonna watch some stuff with him for a little bit. And then we're probably... I need to start working on my next couple of videos, because I'm kind of slacking a little bit, if I'm being entirely honest with you all. So I need to try to think some things through there. What else? I want to enjoy some time with my brother, and we're also gonna eat stuff because I'm hungry. If he doesn't want to eat or watch anything, then I guess I'll just watch something myself. I have a long list. Who knows what I'll watch? Okay. Lots of people just like attention too. Don't you know it? That KingRegNog guy, super attention seeking. I don't know why we still let him even stream. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. I could just place this. There we go. Dad, you should find a wing shop and order a butt blaster. I mean, you know, if Elfie's gonna do it, I should do it too. Right? That's how that goes. I don't want that. I don't want that. Streamers are allowed attention. They are the star of the show. That KingRegNog person is a terrible streamer. He's terrible, dude. Honestly. My least favorite person walking the earth right now is KingReg. Did you hear that one thing he said about that one person at that one time period about that one thing? It was terrible. Absolutely awful. You know, I heard that he got a guy killed. That's a niche reference. Probably was very immature of me to mention it and bring it up. A terrible person in general, I know. Absolutely awful. That is. Yeah. Just to note, guys, I did not get somebody killed. If you have ever heard somebody say that, report to me. Just throwing that out there. It's been an issue before. I'm not gonna talk about that today. That's one day there will be like a whole live stream dedicated to explaining it. I don't want to mess with it though. So what we got right now, I think is probably where we're gonna leave it. We've got a pretty decent build here so far, I think. Wait, really quick. I'm waiting. I've checked some of them, but not all of them. Have you? I'm curious what was in there. I need to fill that in. So off stream, my goal is to figure out what in the world this is gonna do, to figure out what in the world this is supposed to look like, and to hopefully have some semblance of a plan up here. I gotta clear out a ton more trees. I DM them, unless you already know. I know a few of them. But I'm open to hearing what you also found, because there's some people on my list that previously were not on the radar because of that, which is interesting. We gotta take that probably over to here, I think, and it'll go over here, another retaining wall. And then this will just go as far as it can. I'll have to cut a bunch of the trees. I may just cut all of them off the mountain, honestly. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking of deforesting the entire area and building custom trees, because I think it would really make the area look a lot more alive. But if I do that, then I have to figure out where I stop. That's the trouble, because I don't want to stop. And I know I'm going to be building over here, so I could just do all the forest up until this point. And then what? You know, like, where do I stop with the trees? I don't know. I do not know. Buggies? Buggies! Okay. Let's go ahead and put away some items here, and we'll be wrapping up stream. I appreciate y'all for being here, though. It's been much fun for me. And I hope it was a lot of fun for you guys as well. The build's coming along. It's kind of crazy. It's looking a little different, but it ain't too bad. Thank you for the follow, Daddy Pickle. I appreciate ya. Thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and see if we can find us somebody to raid, shall we? Let's see. Who is out there? Mute that tab. Boo. I don't know. None of my friends are alive. That's always a sad feeling. There's a little bit of a lull right now. And I've lost a lot of the people I usually raid. We could go say hi to the Plague Pals. They're playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, though, so I don't know if that's something you guys are interested in. Outside of that, we could always go say hi to Melissa Mines. She's a great streamer as well. I know most of you are probably going to go to bed, though, because it is getting pretty late, so it may not matter too much. In which case, that's okay as well. I can DM you unless you know. Okay, thanks for streaming. Thanks. See you next time. No, I appreciate you all for watching. Seriously, it's been a lot of fun. I'll raid and run anyway. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hang out with the Plague Pals then. It's always interesting seeing what they're up to because they do some cosplays. They're big nerds there. Saying it's getting late. That's fair. Loves, thanks for popping in. I appreciate ya. All of y'all are amazing. Seriously. We'll be back again Thursday if all goes to plan. And we'll probably be back here on the Forever World unless I get my crap together, in which case there may be something different going on. We'll just have to wait and see. Until then, hop in raid, get some free channel points, meet a cool streamer, and I will catch you guys again in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.